6,097 homes available for sale across Hampton Roads. This is the first time we've had over 6,000 houses since May of 2020. All right, but that is not the number that changed the most this month. I'll show you the one that did. So when we look at that headline that across Hampton Roads there are 6,000 plus homes on the market right now, all right, per REIN, like I said before, per our Real Estate Information Network, the local MLS, all right, into August of 2026, that's up 7.5% from a year ago, and it's the first time we've had 6,000 listings since May of 2020, okay? And what do you do with a headline like that? It says inventory is at a 6-year high. What goes through your mind? You start thinking what? 2008. You're thinking for sale signs in the yard sitting all summer, all right? If you're thinking about selling your house now, that's probably what's going through your mind when you see these headlines. That's not what's happening at all. All right, let's go back 6 years in the time machine, in the Wayback Machine, May of 2020. The world had just shut down for the pandemic, right? Nobody was listing anything, all right? And then we spent 4 years with virtually no listings at all. I would take buyers and I'd meet with them, and we're looking for a nice 4-bedroom, 2-bath house in XYZ neighborhood, and there's none for sale, okay? And nothing to show any buyers for years. So the highest since 2020 really doesn't mean what the headline makes it sound like it means. We're finally reaching some normal number of houses again. That's not a crash, that's a market catching its breath, all right? Regionally, median prices are $389.9, okay? With 23 days on market. We're at 2.8 months of supply, okay? Those are regional numbers, and that's the first place almost everybody gets this wrong. Hampton Roads is not one market, okay? It's 7 cities. We got Virginia Beach and Chesapeake and Norfolk and Suffolk and Portsmouth and Hampton and Newport News, all right? 7 different stories. Averaging them together is like giving a weather report for the East Coast. It just doesn't work. So let's zoom in on Virginia Beach. Okay, we got 1,205 active listings as of right now. Okay, we're at 2.3 months of supply. Remember, the regional number was 2.8. Virginia Beach is tighter than the region it sits in, okay? And months of supply means just this. If nothing new came on the market, how long would it take until we sold everything that we've got? And that answer is under 3 months, okay? And we got 2.3 months. If nothing else came on the market, everything would be sold, okay? Under 3 months is considered really as a strong seller's market. 4 to 6 months, now we're getting in that balanced market. So no, Virginia Beach did not flip into a buyer's market. It is still a seller's market, not even close, okay? So if you own a house in, say, Salem Woods or Christopher Farms or Glenwood, and you've been reading that the inventory is spiking, all right, I want you to hear this clearly. Your street is still short on houses. There are simply more than there were. More is not the same as too many. There is one number, though, that did move, okay? Here it is. Days on market for detached homes in Virginia Beach went from 9 days in June, okay, to 12 days. 9 to 12. I know it sounds 3 days. That's like a long weekend, but it's a 33% jump in how long it takes to sell a house. And days on market is the number that moves first, always, before price even thinks of dropping. I've been in this game a long time, all right? And I know to watch what's changed, not necessarily what's loud, all right? Inventory is loud, but days on market is what has changed. Now, 12 days is fast. Nationally, it's a great number, okay? But if you sold in the spring, it was going on a weekend, and your neighbor's house has now been sitting 9 days. There's nothing wrong with the house. The market has moved, okay? The supply of detached homes moved as well, all right? It went from 1.5 months up to 1.9, almost 2 months. Same story, loosening, not breaking. Ignore the number that you looked up this morning, all right? Stop. If you looked up your house on a national real estate site this morning, ignore that number, and here is why, right? Those big sites blend detached houses and condos and townhomes into one median, all right? In Virginia Beach, that's two completely different markets, all right, glued together. Detached homes, all right, have a median price of $470,000, all right? They're 12 days on the market, and they're selling at 99.3% of their asking price. Not the reduced price, okay? Detached homes. Attached homes. Think of the townhomes. We have a lot of those here, all right? Condos and townhomes. The median price is $299,700, and they're selling at 16 days at 99.2% of the asking price. Same city, $170,000 spread. So when a portal tells you a Virginia Beach median is around 414, it's not lying. It's averaging a Glenwood single family home with an oceanfront condo and handing you a number that describes neither of them. If you own a house in Kempsville, 470 is your conversation, not 414. This is the single biggest reason why people misprice their home, and about 1 in 5 sellers here is finding out the hard way. 21.5% of Virginia Beach listings have cut their price. That's 1 in 5. Now hold that next to what I just told you. Homes are selling in 12 days at 99.3% of asking price. Both are true. Same city, same month. So how is that possible? All right. The homes priced in today's values are sold in 12 days. Homes priced at 2022 numbers sat and then cut. There's no middle anymore, okay? And here's the encouraging part. That price cut number used to be 27%. It's down to 21.5%. Sellers are getting a little more realistic, and it's working. All right, sale to list across the city is 99.82%. So here's what this means for you. 3 quick takes, all right? If you're selling, your house will sell, and it will sell fast if it's priced to today and not to the spring. You get 12 days of real attention. Use them. All right, get the price right in week 1, and you'll probably never join that 21% of people that are reducing their prices. If you're buying, this is the most choice you've had since 2020. Rates are at about 6.5% as of August 20th per Freddie Mac. All right. What that means for your payment is a conversation for your lender, not me, but we can always point you in the right direction. But you can breathe now. You can see a house twice. You can ask for repairs. That was not true 2 years ago. People were just taking houses without, contingencies. I'm gonna buy it without looking at it, and and that's not the case anymore. All right. And then if you're PCSing in or out, Virginia Beach is the #1 VA loan market in the country. Almost 43% of purchases here use a VA loan. Sellers and agents in the city know the nuances of a VA loan. Don't let anybody tell you that a VA loan is a weak offer in Virginia Beach. That's your August. Every month I put out a 1-page Virginia Beach market snapshot. Real REIN numbers, Real Estate Information Network numbers, detached and attached, split out. No spin, no 10-page report that nobody reads. It's free. The link is in the description, and it lands in your inbox the same week the numbers do, all right? So if you want to know what your specific house and your specific street is doing, call me now, shoot me a text, 757-755-5587. That's Matt Walsh with LPT Realty right here in Virginia Beach. I'm glad to help you know your move. Until next time, have a great day.